Hello, friends. Bobby Joe Rumblemaker right here telling you about the opportunity of a lifetime. Are you trying to find financial freedom by trading and investing in them there cryptocurrencies? But are you having a hard time being profitable and making them winning trades? Well, you can get all that knowledge and a whole lot more just by watching the Crypto Chart School playlist over here at the Road Dog Crypto channel. You just go right down here where it says Chart School, you click that full playlist, and voila! They got all the knowledge right there, and they're adding to it every week. So if you want to be profitable, right there you can go. And it's all for a like and a subscribe till you get all the answers you need over at the Road Dog. Happy trading, y'all.
Don't you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone? 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun?
Yeah, this baby said that they don't got a future like it burns. So give him something worse to kill his head with, make him forget somehow. Might be another day she would have wished he stayed, but they're done. Sorries won't be enough this time. Yeah, he's calling all his friends to get some action and distract him right now. He's fine, got Lucy on the line, let's get this started. Where's the party tonight? I feel good, nothing weighs me down. I can't believe my luck right now. Red eyes while he said, don't you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone. Don't you wanna have fun? Never mind my dumb heart, it needs a little kickstart. 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? Needs a job to pay the rent, he's busy. Gotta feel free sometimes, right? What doesn't make you will only make you stronger if you believe what they say. Might be that another day she would have wished to stay, but they're done. Red eyes while he said, don't you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone. Don't you wanna have fun? Never mind my dumb heart, it needs a little kickstart. 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? Baby said that they don't got a future like that. It hurts, so give him something worse to pass the time. Don't you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone. Don't you wanna have fun? Never mind my dumb heart, it needs a little kickstart. 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad.
Welcome to the stream, everyone. My name is Lane. You're watching Road Dog Crypto. This is the Chart Lounge, where we just kind of sit around, listen to the jams, chill, take a look at the charts, looking at Sunday night. We kind of more focus onto the weekly aspects of crypto. Kind of get our head straight, get our head right for the game for the week that's about to come. And just kind of zoom out, look at the big picture, formulate our game plan, make sure that we're just right on track and everything's going according to plan. This is where the real insight comes from. So whether you're watching this live or perhaps maybe you're watching it a little bit later, this information that we go over on this time frame, it lasts, baby. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. If you guys haven't noticed from the thumbnails, I do make them a little bit different design on the weekends. Have that little lounge effect. Get into the blues side of things. Get a little crazier on the weekend. And it just helps me kind of notice which streams were my weekends and which were not. It helps me kind of separate them by the thumbnails a little bit. That's the thinking behind it. Glad to have you guys here tonight as we take a look at the crypto market. Here on the weekly, going right along as planned. You guys remember when we were in this cloud? Been here for months, and I'm saying, hey, it may not seem like it, especially when we're coming back down and getting below this 200 moving average here. But I said, it's likely to spit us out on the other side of this cloud. And so when I say that Ichimoku Cloud, the reason that I use it as an indicator on my chart is because it gives me peace of mind. It is exactly for this reason right here. Because it just helps you zoom out. You may notice I don't even use all the fancy bells and whistles that comes with the Ichimoku Cloud. I just got the cloud by itself. That's all I need. And on the weekly, we are riding high above this 200 moving average. I love these moving averages. These colored lines will help you predict the course which unveils within the future. This green is the 9 moving average, and whatever time frame that you are on, this 9 moving average will tell you if you are in a bull run, if your price is going to go to the upside, because a strong run will always run above the 9. This red little guy right here to my left, coming down to the bottom, coming upward, crossing over this yellow one, is the 21 moving average. And it's just trailing right underneath that 9, just copying every move. They're running in tangem, in parallel there. They're on the same wavelength, baby. They both think that Bitcoin needs to go up, and they're there to help it along. When Bitcoin falls, they're the step that it can land on, and maybe even kick off to higher highs. Now, next in line, and if you view over to the left where I've got 5 MA, that's what these moving averages are. I think you guys can see this where my little arrow is pointing. Hard to see sometimes. Maybe if I try this little trick right here, nothing will happen. Maybe. I hope we're on the same chart. We're on the 1 minute all of a sudden. Let's get back over here to the weekly. I want that clean chart. Where's that clean chart? Dang it. These things are difficult. What are you doing? Man, are you going to learn how to run a show or not? Get with the program. Hopefully back on track. We're talking about our moving averages, and I'm not sure if we're in the same chart in the same place. I'm actually on perpetual futures, but this is Bitcoin. It's generally the same wherever you go, basically. Of course, a good rule of thumb for anyone out there new to it, you know, especially if you're watching me do charting or someone else, you want to apply it to your own charts, right? On your own exchange. You want to use the whatever exchange that you were trading on, that's where you want to confer with their charts, because there will be some differences there, just some minor differences that will give you an edge. So here we are on this very, very beautiful, they don't have the one I'm looking for. Let's just stick with this little guy. Back to the moving averages. We introduced you to the 9, to the 21, and this blue guy, the bluesy guy. You know, I like this guy because he can tell you when to get in, he can tell you when to get out. He can tell you when a big move's coming and when a big move, well, he'll tell you when a big move's coming. And when it's not. By omission, of course. But I digress. He is making this curve U-turn, right? He's trying to pull a U-turn. He wants to cross over this yellow line too. Now when that happens, that is extremely bullish regardless of what time frame that you are looking at in these charts. That is called a golden cross, and that means, as eloquently as I can put it, number go up. Number go up high. You go up fast, you go up good. And basically enough said. Next in our line, right down here. Oh, look, my circle is finally working. What I tried to do through that whole manslaughter. The white one is the 100 moving average. Now, currently, you see, we're under that. That one's been he's been a little stymie at the party. He's the joy killer. He's the buzzkill. But we just got to work on him a little bit. Hey, get him to loosen up a little bit. And then pretty soon, we'll see price pop above that 100 moving average. You'll see these other lines start crossing above it as well, and man, that's when we're really going to see some stuff, because then these moving averages will be just lined up perfectly to the way that they are for a strong move to the upside, possibly to all new all-time highs. So let's check out this weekly candle. Now, my candles may look different than what you normally see. They're a little purple and a little blue. We'll switch over to the Christmas tree candles most people use, especially just looking at the weekly. Let me clean this up a little bit, get rid of some of those little white trend lines, kind of irrelevant at the moment on this time frame. Oh, this past week, we just wrapped up this week right here. Look at all that sell pressure. Oh, driving us down. Why are they driving us down? Haven't really touched this 100 moving average yet. Haven't made it there yet. Just in anticipation. Oh. So as far as a candle goes, it's a type of kind of like a doji. Maybe a little bit like a hammer. I'm a little skittish of those. Now, this just goes to candles and how should I say this? I'm not one of these candle traders. There is definitely a legitimate system where you just focus on the candles, especially on the Christmas tree candles, and their shapes, and the formation of about 2 or 3 of them, like this one right here. I think that one's called like a morning star, where you have a doji and it's a reversal idea. These little things. I like to keep it a little bit simple because I think you can get just about the majority of the information that you need from these candles from these wicks. Tells you a lot. If there's bigger wicks, that's sell pressure from the top. If there's wicks coming from the bottom, that's buy pressure. Not as much buy pressure over here, you can see. So that's like the Cliff Notes version for reading your basic candle, but there are patterns where you put them all together and how a big candle like this will come into play and the relationship. And if that's your thing, hey man, more power to you. Legitimate system, people play that all the time, but just not I. But I will draw upon some of that knowledge as it presents itself. But it still is a green candle. We're still holding this level here. We're still holding above, well, the 30,000 range. It's this area right here, 30,003, just right. 30,300 something that we just can't seem to get across on this. So I'm going to mark that area. I want to make this a weird little color, so I don't know. Let's go with purple. It's not a weird color, but it's a pretty color. We'll get all Bob Ross on you right now and just paint pretty little lines on this pretty little canvas. Happy little lines. Coming back to my candles, the Hikinashi, which helped me to be more accurate in my personal opinion. It definitely helps you if you are a pattern trader, because you just kind of get to cut through a lot of the freaking noise that you see on the Christmas tree candles. Still sell me the same things, a lot of sell pressure there. But those candles are still the right color. The overlying thing that I can tell you is that we are still in this cloud, doing what we're supposed to be doing, and eventually, as these weeks turn into months, as we start getting into August and September, we should see ourselves at some point within these next 4 to 6 weeks outside of this cloud, above this 100 moving average, into the realm of around 3,200, 32,500, putting us into a much wider range for Bitcoin. And this is when things are going to get a little exciting. What is that range going to be? How high are we going to go up? Because just as we have traded within these range, there's one right here. At all this area, that was a range. Lots of trading going through there, bumped under, scared everybody. Come up here at a range. Then we had a little top range we was playing with. Well, now we're going to get another range. Another couple of them, be my guess. This one right here, up to around 38,000. That's going to be a hiccup, but if we can break above that, we can start looking eyeballing 46, 48,000. So we're going to come up here, get a little bump up. We're going to get bored as all get out again, because that's what Bitcoin does. It bores you to tears, makes you think it's coming all back down to zero. Everybody's going to be scared. Oh gosh, the bears are going to be saying 10K's coming. I told you it's coming. Some of them said that all the way up to 65,000 last time. Silly bears. What's those silly little bears? They're so cute though. I still like to watch it. Sweating bullets when it goes up. Now let's take a look at some things that we may want to notice while we're here on the weekly. I'm going to draw a line right here. Connecting this candle top to that candle top, you see this line's going up. We could probably even get a little frisky, you know, and extend it back and just make it an even bigger representation of what it's doing right now, which is making a bearish pattern. It truly is a bearish pattern. The old rising wedge. 60% chance that this one does break through the downside. Just keeping it real with you. So you see price coming back down here, close to that 200. If it does it this time, it may not stick. It may come on down to the blue, to 22.8. That's the bear scenario. Just keeping it real. But I'm telling you, these other moving averages are saying, baby, we're going to put up a fight. We ain't going to let that happen. And we got other plans. What we plan to do is something extremely bullish. And now from this point on, I just wanted to give you a warning. Until they steal your lunch. Exactly. Scare us all out. From this moment on, this is pure speculation. This is me putting on my psychic eyes, making my best guesstimation, first getting out my crystal ball, because we all like to do that every once in a while. No, seriously, we do. But I'm just putting a label on it right now. This is crystal ball speak, so do not bank on this. This is just a hypothetical situation, but a very real possibility that could be going on with what we're seeing in the macro and everything. Seriously. Breaking above this 100 would be huge. Because this pattern, when you do this, and this is usually what you see when you get the start of a bull market, which we are undeniably getting very close to. Nay, I say that we have already entered into the very beginnings of this bull market as we made our bottoms down here. Just like I said in my January 1st video. Well, we getting ready to do something, boys. We're holding on. We're going up. And very few people had that view at that time. I just saw something in the charts that day, and I'm like, everybody been so bearish. I said, wait a minute. Hey, you guys didn't see this, did you? I don't think you did. It's about to pop. It popped. It went up way higher than I expected because I still have that bearish mentality. But I digress. Back to what we were talking about, this rising wedge that we're in. When you break to the upside, retest that. Breaking out bullishly from a very bearish pattern, you get parabolic price action, and that's exactly what I foresee. A mirror image of what we got over here, but just going to the upside. Back to those ranges, that would be what would propel us up to 48,000. A move like that. And it could actually come kind of quick. There will be a hiccup around 38, I'm just saying. That will probably be the area that you will see price come up to and start flagging out. And then from there, we would take our measured move. We would put it to the breakout, and that would take us up dang near close to our target at 46,260, which is actually the target for this pretend math that we are on. This is pretend land. $45,000. There's a possible scenario where this can play out, and just kind of mimicking the candles there we're looking like. I don't know, maybe hitting 38 by September. I like that. But it would be a nice rounded shape just coming up this way. Parabolic action. We'll be taking this and that, and it would go pretty much just like what I got right here. October may be Rocktober again this year. And that's my weekly candle analysis. In the present sense, we're okay, baby. Got a little bit, just a wee little bit. Bearish divergence playing on right here with our indicator, so we'll point that out. But it's not really stopped us before. Very slight, guys. So now, let's move forward. Let's look at the daily. Basically, overall, minus the end speculation that we all love, weekly looks okay. Daily, however, man, has got some signs that it is tired, and there is definitely some bearish divergence going on here. Kind of got a three-top thing going on, trying to make us think it's a head and shoulders pattern. Maybe come down to the 4 hour. It is looking even crazier. Let's just back up. I don't even go there yet. You can definitely see there is a tug of war with price here, as it's kind of staying in this median area, which has bored me to tears the last few days. Very difficult to trade, because it seems like I'm stuck on one side or the other in this little twilight zone. Not fun. Me no like it. Me need some motion from Bitcoin. I need some of that volatility. And she doesn't give it to us on the weekends. Which brings me to another point that I want to go over. Just one of the things I look at these markets and the market cycles. Because this is all a big cycle. We're looking at a 4-year cycle basically for Bitcoin, right? Okay, we're basically like back here. Actually, that's almost perfect. That is June 2020. So we're like, well, even before there, to be honest with you, we're in the boring parts of the markets, but starting to get a little bit of a leg up. But during these times of accumulation, just ain't much going on. Not much activity out there. And then you see on the weekends, that's when prices drop. You'll see during the week, prices get a little pump up. But then on the weekend, the volume drops. And it's the same thing that we had over here. You remember prices were coming. Do you remember this? If you've been in the market with the downturn, our hope was during the week prices would go up, but on the weekends, man, we were coming down. And that was the saving grace. Not enough retail in on the weekends. And then through these bottom areas and stuff like that, we're just flat. There's nothing going on. And these times where we're just kind of flat. We're flat now. When we start seeing more activity on the weekends, that's when we know that we're getting into the very foothills of that bull run, or those first steps of that bull run. I mean, the good part. When retail starts coming back on the weekends, that's what we want to see. Not there yet, but there is something here on the weekends keeping us afloat. Not letting us go down. And that is helped by the low supply of Bitcoin, by the way, and keeping Bitcoin off of the exchanges. So here to the daily chart. Man, just kind of this range we've been looking at on various different charts here. I've got it drawn out several different ways. I think this is the latest one. This was a chart we were just on, I believe. I've got this range. I did this one very special. I used Fibonacci's on this one to identify the range here. We're going to be in this range for a little while. We just are. These moving averages are coming up. The 9's just sideways. The 21 sides, they're going to be sideways. They're just twining up. So one of two things is going to happen. Because we do have a little bit of bear sentiment right now. This triple tops here situation is going to gain an edge, and we will lose this area of 30, which would suck. We don't really want that to happen. Price would come down, and we would get this little Bart Simpson pattern. A lot of people see that as a possibility. It is. And we would be touching this 50 moving average. Remember that 50 moving average? Yeah. And still, if that happens, we are still, remember this parabolic movement we were talking about, this curved line, that we're still within range of that being effective. So if that scenario were to play out, we drop back down to 28.8, which is a very key level for Bitcoin. 28.8. If the price drops, I will have orders at 28.8, 28.888 to be exact. Corresponds perfectly with that 50 and 100 moving average. So I identify that as the bargain area for Bitcoin should this scenario play out. Doesn't mean that it will. Our other scenario that we've got is rather than price coming down to meet the 50, price just stays in this range in this boring area until the 50 comes up to meet it. And then we play that same game with the 100 and the 200 until something moves. And let me tell you, if that 200 gets up there and we're still sideways or something, huge movement coming, just don't know which way. But that is a scenario that we are looking at possibly this week. I would not put it past those that be doing their best to drive things down so they could get it at some of these juicier prices like $28,800. Let me throw that out there. Just saying. But they won't be the only ones. That's the problem, because there is a bunch of people chomping at the bit do that. So they may try to drive it down here, but it may not be much more than some wicks. We'll just have to see how that plays out. Because overall, back to the weekly, man, there is so much good going on for us right here. I want to pull up VMC, also known as Market Cipher. But this red line is the money flow for Market Cipher. Probably one of the most important indicators on this thing. This consists of about 5 different indicators, just all squished in together like a big hamburger. Mustard and ketchup and everything. But when the ketchup crosses over here, it turns into relish, which is green. And we start getting relishy and all green, or guacamole. Maybe it's guacamole. Oh, wasabi. Oh, that's hot. Yeah. Maybe it's wasabi and gets real hot. Number go up. And then we're in the crazy side part of the market. Back here when it was green, that was the good times. We're getting there. On the weekly. We're getting pumped, baby. There are some signs of tiredness for some of these other ones, though, so it indicates money flow coming in. We're going to get a push up, but there's going to be some sideways moment, consolidations and things like that before we get there. I think the weekly looks awesome for what we got ahead, and it's not that we're just going to get some sudden spike to the upside and go all crazy just quite yet, I don't think. I think it's more of the same consolidation within this range, playing this range somewhere between right at 30,000 and up to 31.5, basically. Little dips down to 29.5. Little dips up to 31.8. Somewhere through there. But as price does go on for these next few days and this next week, as we see it play out, do keep an eye. We need to get above these 2 moving averages. We really do. Because the longer that we stay below both of them, the stronger the chances are that we may come down here to visit its little cousin, the blue one. And then I will be playing blues music for several streams. And we'll all be feeling the pain in our portfolios if you're holding. Now, what does Bitcoin have to do with our altcoins? Oh, DeFi guys in the house. Hey, welcome, man. We gotta take a look at a few things to get a feeling for what's going on with our altcoins. The first of which is Bitcoin dominance, which means, hey, this is how much in demand the Bitcoin is at the moment, and right now it's in pretty good high demand. Because when you zoom out, we were all in these areas for the longest. We were sitting here thinking, oh man, I don't know. If it comes down here, we're in alt season, but if it goes up, oh gosh, we're going to feel the pain, and we feel the pain, haven't we? Imagine if it keeps going up. A lot more pain. So there's 2 schools of thought right now. Should we be in altcoins, or should we wait for a better time to get into altcoins? And there's 2 different answers for that. It's up to each and every person, but there's pros and cons both ways. You are definitely losing against Bitcoin as Bitcoin dominance keeps going up. It will most likely keep going up to 60. We just get the benefits of the pullbacks. So the smart savvy trader, which is not me because I never think about it when I need to, but the smart savvy trader would wait and time this perfectly for when Bitcoin dominance comes up to a level, rejection level, and then that would be when to get in, and then as it falls, take profits in the Bitcoin and be able to play the market that way. So the trick is to buy into your altcoins with Bitcoin when dominance is high, and as it comes down, sell back into Bitcoin, which, is that what we're seeing going on right here as we're testing this 50 moving average and on this trend line? Are some people having that idea? Are they getting out of their alts? Getting back into Bitcoin? which would then drive Bitcoin dominance up again. But there is a chance that this could still break to the downside more. After all, this is in a bearish pattern. It does have a tendency to break to the downside. 52% chance it will. You know, maybe, maybe not, basically, is what that means. There's some indication saying that that could happen, but I'm not seeing it strong enough right now to just really call it. Because I think it's got just as good of a chance to get a bounce right here. So that's something we got to watch for our altcoins. So that gives us a little bit of insight. Now, Total 3 is one I like to watch because this is altcoins minus Ethereum. So we get Ethereum out of the equation here because, you know, it's got some dynamics going on right now that could skew our results, I believe, with some changes going on. It being deflationary and whatnot, it's going to have a little bit more oomph in this market. But so far, we're in a much bigger pattern. When I zoom out, and I tell you what, I don't want to clutter up my screen too much here. Let me just clear some things up there. I want to put that on. We've got an inverted head and shoulders. This is a bottoming pattern. There's also some other patterns here. This is a falling wedge. This thing has this particular triangle that I've got right here. 68% chance to break to the upside. It broke out way early. It's usually like 75% of the way in before we get a breakout. This one broke out way early. So it really is probably just a little bit more like this falling channel. Either way. It also made what we call a head and shoulders pattern. There's a little shoulder, here's a little head, there's another shoulder. Possible, I'm not calling it complete until it actually does confirm. And to do that, price has got to do what it's doing right now. It is hanging above this yellow trend, this yellow moving average, the 200, which should propel it to the top of this, and that will confirm this inverted head and shoulders. In short, all this mumbo jumbo that's coming out of my lips is just saying we're set up for a big move out of altcoins if we can just hold on. The question is, how much pain will Bitcoin dominance put on us? But it appears that they are both going to be moving up together at the same time. Strangely enough. Altcoins are a lot slower. We will see this one trail behind Bitcoin as Bitcoin steals the show. It is going to be the world's currency. It just is. So it's going to get all the attention from all other people until they get bored with their Bitcoin and say, what can we do with Bitcoin? Besides use it at Starbucks. Well, you can buy altcoins and make more Bitcoin. And then, baby, number go up. I just saying, throwing that out there. Geek USA 101 is in the house. He said, Casper. Would you come over to Casper? I like Casper, I do. Had a juicy little trade with Casper. Before it just, too close to the microphone there. Before it just went crazy. I got a fever. And the only prescription is more chart time. Should work on his voice. That'd be a cool one to learn how to do. Christopher Walken. More cowbell. That is not where I tried to go. Oh, hey! What was that? Oh, that was... Hey, I did a Peppy thing. Peppy was good to me. That was not today, though. That was a couple days ago. I'm in the wrong place. I did do some Casper stuff today. Come here, baby. Let's not get everybody bored now. Come on. All right, dude. I'm about to give up on this because I can't find it. This is it. Pendle, Bitcoin. I was on a roll until recently when it just kind of, everything went sideways. Everything just quit. But Caspa's, there's a loss. There's a couple more, really, but there's just so little. It's where I'm flip-flopping. There I am, Caspa. I locked it. I think there's more. I'm sure there are. Oh, yeah, that was it. That was it. This one right here. Today on Caspa, 28.2 and took some profit at 33.6. So I like Caspa. We've got this trade set up for it that I put in our little trading group, the free group that we have in Telegram, which may just be allowable to YouTube subscribers in the future. I don't know. I'm still deciding that. Came up and perfectly. Let me get this little guy. Where are you? What is that? How do we move this shit? Oh, that's my little thing. That's my little percentage thing. Perfect came up and touched our target right here, which is also a Fibonacci level. So, duh, it would. It's also a measured move. So, it's had some confluence at that point was going to get hit. So when I mentioned about something having, well, it's got some confluence here, it's got double confluence or something like that, the more confluence that it has as those levels, the more likely it is to actually hit that and maybe hit it strong, which this one did. Caspa went right up here to this area about 34 cents. 34% profit on that, more if you were in some kind of perp or leverage trade. Overall, looking at Caspa, let's just kind of clean this up just a little bit. Some of this old stuff's not really as relevant. And then it just becomes a trailer park eyesore of sorts. But we do have this trend line right underneath here, and I'm a big proponent of these trend lines because they just extend forever once they get started. And they will always come back into play at some level as some area of support and resistance. You can actually kind of pinpoint price sometimes with these things. So I rely heavily on trend lines in my strategies and in my analysis. But where we are is currently could come up to 47-48 cents, and I actually do foresee it coming up to this area of about 48 cents, but 4.8 cents is truly my bigger target for it. Now I do have this area here about, and we should go ahead and elongate it just a little bit, give it room. Watch me when I move it over to the side. That's where our moving averages are. At some point, this will have to come back to retest this 9 moving average. So if you're looking for an entry, the 9 or the 21, whatever prices they are at the time, that's your best bet. Guesstimating on some other features here, that would be somewhere between 26 to about 29 cents. So I do expect to pull back at some point back to these areas. But it still may have some guts. It still may get up to 38 before it decides to come back here and then keep going up. We just have to wait and see. What I would do is draw a trend line, and then here we go. Now we can kind of see what's going on. We'll take that trend line. We will make a copy of it. We will paste it over here to these candle tops. Now we can identify exactly what we are in. Now, could be part of a bigger channel, but currently this is the channel, and we're at the top of it. Chances are we're going to get rejected here since it's being a 618 Fibonacci area, a measured move, and all of that cool kind of jazz, and come back down to our breakout area. So that's the buy. You just have to wait. Do not FOMO in until that happens. The other scenario that we're looking at is if by chance things just get hella bullish because the Ichimoku cloud here on the 4-hour says that, hey, that could really happen. Our indicators are kind of toppy. There is definitely some bullish to bearish divergence there, but if it were to break up your flip this area as support, you want to buy there because it's getting ready to rocket ship up to that 48 or 4.8 cent level or beyond. So when breaking out bullishly of a bearish pattern, because this one's bearish, should break to the downside. If it doesn't do that, if it goes against it, That's a good time to go hard and then get the rewards for it. One of the few times I would ever recommend buying a breakout of a top. So Casper, it should be coming down. It should, but there's some signs here saying it may have something up its sleeves. So we're gonna have to watch it here for the next few hours. But because that last scenario I just told you, it may be working on that. It may be thinking about that. And is there some more confluence? We can get this. Come here, baby. We'll get the Moon Boy measured move. See where that goes. That kind of gives us some hope. That gives us some confidence that it could do that too. It just did it, didn't it? We just spiked up there. It just broke trend, right? Did that just now happen? Let's go to the smaller time frequency. No, it did not, but it happened before. That was my trend line. My bad. I'm hallucinating. We went to candle bodies is what we did, so we could extend it to the wicks. I'm just saying, if we see it retest, if we get above, what is this? 0.349, let's call it 0.35 cents, 3.5 cents. We hold that and we start going up, it will probably be very quick and very hard and really cool to be a part of. And the reason I'm saying that is because money flow is coming in here on the 8 hour. I think you may see some parabolic action possibly form here for Caspa. It looks like that's what it wants to do. Now I've cursed it, but it is I'm drawing the line. If you've been watching the show, you know what I'm talking about. It is riding high on that 9. And I'm on the 8 hour here. This one's got legs. Watch very closely for this move. So anybody wanting to try to get into a killer trade, you see that happen, jump on in. It's a sign that it may be for real. I want to put it as a buy zone right there, as a retest of this yellow line. Let's just call it 3.5 cents. If it goes above that, comes back down to that, holds that, buy. Good things will be coming from Caspa. Striga says Luna C's been trying to go. Let's take a look at Luna C. I guess we'll look at it. It is trying to go. Goodness gracious. I mean, it needs to cool down a little bit. I'm on the 8 hour here. Let's zoom out. Indicators are, stochastics are running high. It's got some divergence here on the wavetable. Very interesting on this one. I'm fiddling with buttons. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get our music levels tamed down just a little bit. So I'll tell you what I see on the daily. I see the 9 crossing the 21, which is always a welcome sign when you're looking for a turnaround because, hey, we got it. Double bottom scenario. Made a lower bottom here, so we got to watch that. We definitely want to get above this area, which we're fighting right now. But notice I'm over here at these top candle wicks, right? I'm making a horizontal line right there. That's the area we got to get above. Got to do it. Just got to. Cross a red line because that's the resistance that we're fighting right now. So let's come down into the, well, before we do, you can zoom out and see what's going on. Nice double bottom on this very huge outlook here, signifying that we could actually see these prices up here at, seriously, we're still that far below a penny on this thing. I forgot how many gigatrillions that they printed out. There was a day, there was a time when this thing was actually worth some stuff. $85, I remember. I think that was on the cheap. I think it was higher than that. I think it got up well above that before. It started seeming like the greatest thing since sliced bread. There is a breakout there. It does have volume, finding resistance on the 100 moving average, and so this is where we kind of zoom in again, look at our moving averages, get an idea what's going on. 9 crossing 21, we got above the 50. We're good, so those are going to attack the 50. We're going to get a little rejection up here at 0.00009633 in that area at that 100. Lines up really nicely with these areas over here too. This little support resistance flip area is what I'm going to identify, which it is not quite made down to, but that's where that area is. So just a little bit of struggle for this breakout, and there is a chance to come back to 0.0008604 for a retest. That's healthy, actually. Not a bad thing if it does. Again, time to pick some more up if that happens. Doesn't mean it will. Ichimoku Cloud is in the big fat red area right now. Gives us hope that maybe we'll get through it. It is starting to curve around itself. Good sign in my opinion. But our stochastics are kind of up, so we'll probably do a little sidewaysness, have some little resistance to work through, which I think that's what we're doing right now. Let's get off that weird 6 hour, come down to the 4 hour. Price is above the 200. That's what we want to see. That is now considered bullish. And then these moving averages are starting to cross over. It's getting really nice. Ichimoku Cloud looking good. Got all this red dot, green dot going on here. It is wanting to go up. If we stay above the 9 like it is, it could pop up and just start running. And it has got signs for parabolic movement. A lot of these altcoins are starting to show some early signs of that. So don't get scared or you're going to miss it. And this could be actually what we're looking at right there. Give it some legs up. So probably the best thing for me to do is to zoom out, get a measure move, and see where it says we're going to go. Gosh. Oh, there's just one easy way to let's just do this. Let's take the shortcut. Let's just fib it. That's the shortcut way to do it. Because I have to work out this complicated Bukowski measure move is going to come up just the same as being the 618 fib right here. I'm telling you. Fibs are your friends. And if you want some hopium of where this could go, right here's your answer at 0.00033. Nowhere close to $85. I still have some of this, but it seems paltry compared to how many that you can get for a penny these days. 200 moving average is coming up here at this first Fibonacci level. That is the first target. That would yield FOMO in here at the top if you just said, I can't stand it, I've got to just buy it now. And if you can actually sell up there, that's about a 33% return, just straight up. And if you're doing all the leverage trading, God knows what you can do. 300 to 30,000%. I don't know how big of a degen are you? I'm finding that I've been degening quite a bit lately. I might take such a gander at that. Degen responsibly. It's just like drinking. Don't degen and drive. Grizz is in the house. Hey, welcome, Grizz. Weekend's about over. You guys get weekends? I feel like I'm always stuck on a Thursday. Like Groundhog Day. Every day seems to be Thursday or almost Thursday. I know today's Sunday, but tomorrow I'm going to wake up and it's going to be Thursday. Not a member's in the house, not to give away on the Tangem wallet. Hey, I was glad that they went for that. I give credit to Leandro for suggesting that because I wasn't even thinking about it. Fibs are great for new coins to get an idea where they might go. Yes, they are. I like the fibs. I think the fibs speak God's language. I think God has an affinity for nerdy computer geeks. That's what I think. The most clever. I mean, what, you know, it's God. What can you say? I mean, he's got everything figured out, man. Mathematically and otherwise, it is amazing. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, are we living in a computer program? Because that would really be a cool way to actually pull this off, God. Seriously. I don't know. But no matter where you go, there's God. Yay, God. Lunacy, I see it going up. I like it. So I guess we should start looking at small coins, see what's happening. Let's see if I can pull up a MexC list, see what's popping over there. Music's bringing out a Memphis accent in me that I don't even have. I'm just no Nashville boy. Oh, come on, MexC. MexC says Pendle is still doing something. Pendle's one that I've been trading a little bit lately. I kind of like the project. It looked very interesting. Some kind of, I mean, it's really cool. It looks like it might be something to look into. To take a serious look for maybe a hold or something or an investment. Pendle Finance. But ooh, I had a big old wick up here to $1.70, and that was just it was July 3rd. And so it saw fireworks before the 4th of July. And I was not in on it. I was watching it before. I was watching it down here, but like an idiot, I didn't do anything about it. I think I mentioned it on, when we were looking at this triangle here. And I didn't get in on it, but man, whew, she took off. But I think this one may have some legs overall. And I'm looking for it to come back down to this area between 53. And it's a big range, I know, but I don't know how bearish this one's going to get, is what I'm saying. So it touching this 50 moving average around 68 cents may be as low as we see it go for a little while. By the time it reaches down to touch that 200 may be up here. It's 91 cents. You know, just how this stuff kind of plays out. So it did have this big parabolic run up, and usually when that happens, you got some down and sideways. So I'm looking for some down and sideways over these next month or so to maybe put us down here, but the Ichimoku clouds got me wondering. Sideways, I mean, up may not be over with yet. It should be, but they may have another plan going on there. So got my eye on Pendle. Because how is everybody doing here that's in the chat? I appreciate y'all for being here on a Sunday night. That we are blessed to be alive today. Having all of our needs met. We may not get what we want, but we'll get what we need. And things may not go our way, but they will go a way that will work out for our best, I believe. And I swear this happens to me every stream.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
I spot Elvis, then I go there and he's not there anymore. Every time. Just never can find that button. Chris says, do awesome. The way he phrased that makes me think that awesome is a cryptocurrency, but I'm afraid that if I go look up for awesome, awesome's not going to be there. And so I'm stumbling. I just don't know. Oh, these freaking buttons, man. These freaking buttons. Chris, are you trying to troll me? I just want to know, are you trying to troll me with awesome? A0 is awesome. God is love. A0 is awesome. Let's go check out A0. I'm waiting for I'm waiting for the influx of people to come in to look at a certain coin. A0, let's check it out. I like A0. I've been trying to build a bag of this. Charting Crypto kind of turned me on to this. And I think he's got he must have a huge bag of it. I don't know, man. I don't have a huge bag of it, but I've got, you know, a workable one. I also have a lot of smaller bags that I still need to do something with, or maybe just hang on to them. I don't know. I've got a bunch on crypto.com that are just like $100 or $200 a piece, and they're just, I don't know what to do with them. They kind of afford me opportunity costs, but then you've also got, well, that one could actually go to the moon, then you'd be kicking yourself for selling it because that's what happened to you last time, and you know it did. So when I get out of something, I don't always get out all the way. I think I'm a hoarder. I think I have a problem. I think I need a counseling group. I think I am a crypto hoarder. I've never seen so much crypto just stacked up in one place like this. It's just in little bitty piles. It's just it's disgusting. He needs some help. You have a crypto addiction. A-Lift Zero looks like it's struggling a little bit. This cloud's kind of still thin. It did break out of this trend line, so that's a good sign. I was looking, it did trip back in this buy zone here. That was flawless curve. If you could have got it at 82, that was the cool place to get it. I was kind of hoping maybe it'd come back, maybe, so we could talk, chill out. It had other plans. So falling wedge, and then I've got this other idea, which I'm just going to take that off. That trend line may come into play, but it just confuses my chart at the moment. Here's a bigger trend line that we got to get above. So that's the basis for this idea here, is that was a bearish retest, and then we came down. And so what, retouch this bottom that we had before? Okay, that's cool. That can happen. But are we likely just to get up here and just go break up and just keep on going? I don't think that's going to happen. So I think we're going to end up making probably a bottom pattern. So either coming back down to some of these areas, probably went a little bit lower, so we can make an inverted head and shoulders. That's a bottoming pattern. So maybe we'll come back and tap 90 cents again. I guess I could raise that up, or it could come back down and retest that bottom, solidify it, which would, you know, kind of almost be a guarantee that, hey, we probably won't touch that again for a while. So that would be a good sign. Get that, just, you know, you rip the band-aid off, get that out of the way, and then we can start breaking up to these higher levels. So those are the two scenarios I'm looking at, but most likely, usually when you got this going on, head and shoulders would be enough to propel us back into this pattern, and that would be bullish. So that's probably, maybe what's going to happen. if this scenario was going to happen, I would expect this Ichimoku cloud to be getting a lot thicker down here. So that leaves us here on the daily with the moving averages, and then all of our other indicators on A0. Stochastics on some of you may have the regular stochastics. It's the same exact thing I got here. It's just in a different form, just all squished in with some other stuff. This is the bottom area. That's the top area. We're at the top area coming down. So they're kind of spent. They're in kind of overbought territory, saying, hey man, things are getting a little hot around here. Things are just a little bit making me sweat just a little bit. Getting just a little too hot. Making it get just a little bit steamy. So may need to take a break. There's some signs here that could be what's going on. This yellow stuff, VWAP, volume weighted average price, coming down a little bit. So kind of hard getting rejection here. No, are we rejected on the 50? We're actually above the 50, but we may get rejected by it. I don't know. May hold it. It's a good sign. I'm going to move this little guy up here to that 21 moving average, because I think that's a good area, and actually the breakout point. These are just some given areas where it could come back to as a retest around, we talked about 90 cents and above. But so far, everything is setting up for a nice move to the upside with this breakout with volume. Although we're losing it now, that's why I think we're getting a pullback. But we do have this target, which it almost hit at $1.02. So I'm seeing that. I guess we need to adjust this little guy. 10% is not really a great target to shoot for, but that is the one. We got to get above this. And then we can start looking at our next target, which should be coming up here about $1.16, $1.17. But really more realistically looking here, $1.10 in this area. Would be a nice one to shoot for, and then of course where the 200 moving average is on the daily, we're headed there, $1.20. And that would be almost a 30% move, 28%. So it's just taking it some time with A-Live 0, and I'm feeling that too. It's just thing ever it was up so high, and now it's not. Now my bag's not as worth as much as it was. It's just part of it, baby. It's just part of it. I like that idea of being in a falling wedge, breaking down to that, doing the inverted head and shoulders as a bottom pattern, breaking back into this bigger pattern, and just going to the upside of it, up to around 240, 250 maybe. It's just going to take a little bit of time, but it may get a good swift kick here in a couple of days once it gets back up in there. A0. Strega says A0 is awesome. He has a ton. Oh, charting crypto, yeah. I hope they all move. And this one too. I think he bought a little at 43 cents. Oh, awesome, yeah. I don't even know what my average buy price is on it. Not that good though. I was getting into it, I think when we were hitting, 90 and below, 90 to 80, I think is where most of mine is. So, yeah, I need to go up a little bit. I was trying to build a bag over on KuCoin, but, we know what happened over there. Kind of threw me for a kink. I'm down on Bitcoin now because of all that crap. Word in crypto is not a bad thing. I'm at 30 plus coins. No, it's not. Well, it's not bad unless there's opportunity cost, and I've had that problem before. But I do have a problem. I want to have a taste of everything, and that's the problem. That kind of spreads out my earning potential when I start getting like that, because I just sit there and watch them either go way down or just go up. I have small bags of a bunch, and that's a habit. I mean, KuCoin I got that clean. That's taken care of. Thank gosh. I feel a lot better. But I got some other DGen bags that are in a similar shape too. So the only way that I can control that is just allow myself a small section of my portfolio to degen, and man, I degen that like crazy. I spread that stuff so thin. I take $2,000, spread it so thin, man, you can't even see the peanut butter on the sandwich. I don't even know what that means, but and so my original strategy was actually to, use profits from that, and then, I can use those in perps trades or something, but I don't generate profits from that because I just keep holding those little suckers on the degens. I'm hoping they'll go to the moon. Become a $20 millionaire. I don't know. I like to degen. I just try to control it. I've learned to embrace it. Embrace your inner degen. But my bigger bags I've got on my ledgers and my other wallets and things like that, mostly your layer ones and some top projects like that. And of course the ones we mentioned them all here on the show. Slow grind to the top, yes. Let's take a look at Zilliqa. Zilliqa was very kind to me last time. I think it's going to be kind to me again too. I don't know how high it can go this cycle though. I do like this is a bottom pattern. This is a double bottom pattern. It's a mirror. It's a mirror, man. I'm telling you. These are cool. They just kind of play like this thing. We could probably take. Now they're distorted when they do this, but oh my goodness gracious! Look at that. 23 cents. That was where it topped. Previous bull market got up to 29 according to CoinMarketCap, I believe. That wasn't it. This was 21. It peaked out twice in the last bull cycle. It was 25. Came all the way back down to 3 cents. Really? Oh, this is 22. This was post bull market. This is technically in the bear market. It went back up to 23 cents. That was a nice run. Zilliqa. We're going to take this bars pattern. I'm just going to take it from her to her. Oh, I know there's a way to flip you. I just been so long, I forgot. So mirrored. Wrong mirrored. Not the right mirrored. That was mirrored in the other way. Not mirrored, flipped, I guess is what we're looking for. Yes, flipped. To call me crazy. Oh my goodness, I got to shorten. Oh no, I went too far. Gosh darn it. Told you not to do it that way. You did it that way. Why'd you do it that way? There we go. Now flip you. Flip this, buddy. Yeah. Now we got us a fractal. And we know how accurate these things are, don't we? They're interesting, they're helpful, but you do not expect price to do exactly. But you can expect them to do something similar. And with mirrors, I find that this stuff is just a little skewed. So there's an aspect ratio, some kind of scale thing going on, in my personal opinion. Is it skewed like that? Oh my gosh. If we elongate it, scale it down just a little bit, it kind of actually fits in there very nicely. So you might see something like this out of Zilliqa. And if that's so, we're not touching these bottom prices again. It just keeps kind of going to the upside from here. Cascaded to this little mirror thing. Boom, come back down, did this. Now we're going to go rock it, flip, flop, flop it, flip, flop it up it. Like we're throwing a rock. right here at these 200 moving averages. Makes perfect sense. It can fit, totally can fit. Break above that 200 and this would happen. That's what it would look like. So the future of silica before your eyes. We're using practical magic, the dark art of technical analysis. You better sell your soul to Jesus. That's who you need to be talking about. So just looking at that idea, saying basically number goes up. We just wasted a bunch of time there. I don't know. It's kind of fun. Looking at the moving averages on the daily. I mean, bottom, clear the bottom right here. Seen some other, we've come across some other cryptos that have done that, and I mentioned that on them. I just haven't drawn out the bars pattern on them, but very interesting, right? You get these very unique looking M's. But here's my forecast for it. Still, regardless if you believe that or not, there is this range that it does have to break above, and that's going to be at 3 point. Basically, this is going 3.5 cents. 3.6 is kind of weird, but that is where it's coming up. 3.5, whatever. Kind of in a range until we get above that. Once we get above that, hey, it's on, baby. We can start looking at about 6 cents and thereabouts. About 6.8. On this area right here, right under 5 cents. Does not want me to draw a line on it. Clearly I hit the space bar. So we got some hiccup areas coming in these moving averages. Just some areas to work through, but slowly over time we could be seeing 3-5 cents out of Zilliqa, which you can moonbag it at the 5 cent range if you're in here at 2 cents. These areas anywhere below 2 cents is phenomenal to buy Zilliqa. Should we just come back down and retest that bottom for some strange arcane reason that I can't think of, that would be a great place to snatch it up. This one's a nice one to play against Bitcoin too, I find, or it has been in the past. But Zilliqa, FOMOing in now, could get you a nice 75% return as we come back up to 3.5 cents from 2 cents. See how that works? I know, it's crazy. Coming up to 6.8 cents, 230%. And that's why I like Zilliqa, so I've got mine just staking in there. Making more Zilliqa for me to sell when it gets up to around 20 cents or more. Because I do believe we can get back up to that 20 cent area. My game plan is to draw this little trend line connecting those tops, and I'm just going to look wherever price crosses touches that, I'm selling. Shaboom. It may be only be 16, 18 cents. I don't know. Still, it's probably going to do what it did all these other times. Run up there and then slowly come back down. So, this is my game plan. Straight up, I never messed with it. I used to think it was cool, but I'm just not seeing much going on the system anymore. It was supposed to be one of the first ones that actually did the sharding, the whole sharding thing. But what I don't like about it is that you have to spend like, it asks for 60 Zilliqa to make a transaction, and I'm like, why are we doing multiples of a coin for a transaction? Why are the fees that high? So I don't know. Just one that played before and I shall play again. Some of these Solana coins are starting to pop up. You notice Solana's been doing pretty well, right? So if you start taking a little bit closer look at the Solana ecosystem, you might find some good gem picks there. Radium might be one of them, because it does appear that it is in a breakout. Falling channel, my personal opinion. Nice possible double bottom shape here. Currently above the 200 on the daily, which we hope to keep that. There's some signs saying that it will stick. Looks like it's got a good possibility to stick here and go to the upside. So 24 cents for radium at the moment. But 37-38 cents will be a little hiccup for it to it's got to get above that level. Just making it up. There's a 61%. Actually, on this one, I think if I were going for some kind of trade, I would target this area between 33 and 35 cents. That's my take profit area. Maybe you're at 30 cents, but you know, we're not too far from that. I mean, that would definitely be a good target for a short-term trade. I definitely believe that. That'd be 28% return. But just as someplace kind of decent to kind of work with this, I think these are 33, 35 cents would be good. Of course, we can always hope for 43 cents. And mark that. Let's see if we got anything else that's going on here. Corners, there was a little bit of a bump and run, but didn't really run. So maybe not. This is a definite support resistance area, or resistance area. 618 comes in perfectly right there at 43 cents. So 43 cents is definitely on your radar. I might even dare raise this bar up to that 43 cents. 51 cents might be another place that you might want to put some of your orders in. Hopefully, hope that they get filled there. Misa likes it. Just the fact of being over the 200 moving average is good. Everything else is a little bit high now, so I'm expecting a little bit of a pullback or a struggle here at the 200 moving average. But I think he's got good potential for some nice returns there. 80% up here, 119. Getting up to this main support resistance area we got to flip at 60 cents, 160% return. I'll lock that. But definitely a breakout there, no doubt about it. I got it extended to the wicks and we went above it. So let's just take a little look at the 4 hours, see if we got anything extremely bullish going on here. Market Cyber is giving us a green dot go ahead, stochastics and all that stuff. Everything looks high to me. So maybe trying to get in at 23.2 cents, you know, a retest of this area, maybe that will stick. It is a little risky because price could easily come back down into this pattern and retest these areas at 20 cents. It could be a fake out. There's some signs here saying that it's not. There's actually several signs saying that it's not, but it may kind of go sideways here. So maybe possible to catch it a little bit cheaper, but you're 23, 24 cents. Come on, and you're headed towards 60. Does it matter too much? You just want to make sure this is going to keep going up. So that's really the sign we're looking for. That it's still got more upward momentum. And 4 hour looks good, man. You're above the 200. You just got the 50 crossing the 100. These things are saying go. I would target that 9 and the 21, 9 specifically. I don't think the 9 will come back to my little buy zone area until price is going to keep coming up and eventually may come back here as this 9 kind of approaches there, if that makes any sense. In other words, I think it's going to keep moving. She's wanting to go. Even here on the 24 minutes, she's wanting to go. She's already been going. She's got a motor running. Striga says OP has been going on. So the sharding happened to be after eating some bad Mexican. I'm not going to say it. What was your name? Let us check out OP. She's a running, or she's going straight for that 200, isn't she? Nice little bump and run pattern here. I think it's a bump and run. do it how you want to. You could even say it's one of those symmetrical triangles that I don't trust at all. Should be coming up here, seriously. About $1.83 is your target for just what is the price action is doing right here. But definitely going to be looking at this 200 moving average, and that's currently lining up at this resistance area, so cute. Any hope of getting back into this would be right here. At around maybe up to 138, somewhere through there, maybe. Come back and retest this 21 and 50 area and then get a little kick to the upside there. Shapwing. Currently, we're just kind of in a bigger channel. Did you copy that too, man? Why'd you do that? And we're at the top of that. That makes good confluence right there. So no wonder we're finding rejection here, right? Could lean us back to the middle of this channel, more than likely. You can always see these channels have like a midline that holds true. Right like that. So maybe move our little box up to here. Want to be a little bit risky and get into it a little early. About 140, 141. But she's wanting that 200. That's what the target is. And furthermore, they go above that. We may be getting in that situation that we saw earlier, right? We break to the upside of a bearish pattern. Why look here for this target? They've got bigger targets on the horizon there because things will start going crazy if that happens. So if that scenario happens, I'd be looking for some dang much bigger targets. I'd be looking at this area over here, about 221. So basically, we're either going to get rejected here, come halfway, or even down to the bottom of the channel and just start ranging just through here, and that kind of sucks. That's not good. And I'm on the 12-hour, but and the indicators are high, saying we're topped out here. So maybe a good pullback definitely happen around 140, or it could decide just to freaking go to the dang moon, and that's what would happen if we get this breakout price action like that. Something like that starts coming into play. It's taking off, and I'm saying you'll be kicking yourself if you took profits too early. Goes up to even up to 271 would be possible. So both of those scenarios they could work out, man. We got all this money flow coming in here on the daily. When this thing flips green on money flow, starts building up here, all your bad signs, all your tired signs, they're not as tired. Because we got a vitamin injection right there. So gives that little extra second wind, that little extra burst of energy, so the downside's not as far down. Oh, man, food. Latino women are, well, they're gorgeous. They're nice. Let's see. So we got MexC pulled up, just kind of checking some stuff over there, which is a lie I hadn't heard of very much of. We got Lucky Pound and Solana. Hey, Uniswap has been taken off today. What's up with that? Good old Uniswap. Man, that airdrop was the sweetest thing. One of the sweetest things that happened to me in crypto. That was just, I mean, here we are in the middle of this pandemic. Government struggling to get money to people who need it desperately. Having to go through all the kinks in the system, of the monetary system, just to get money to these people. They can't get it to them. And here comes along Uniswap and just airdrops. You're like, And this is when you say, crypto's going to change the freaking world. They just solved the government's biggest problem in the pandemic and nobody's paying attention. They just showed what was possible. The Uniswap airdrop was awesome. And you know how I qualified? I tried to use it and I couldn't do anything. One, I did not like those humongous gas fees, so I was going to refuse to use it. But I had a failed transaction, and I qualified for that airdrop. Found out about it on my birthday, and I thought, well, happy birthday to me. So Uniswap. So we're going up. We need to go up kind of in a falling wedge here. And that's a shallow one. It's got some great ranges on there. I would actually look for maybe this right here to maybe have some legs right there. We actually do get a breakout there. We could be seeing, yeah, that even has some confluence over here at this area. $12 Uniswap again. I haven't seen that in a while. Sweet. Looks like, you know, a little struggle flipping this area around, you know, 880, 950 right through there. That's just a given. I would actually be looking for more of that measured move and maybe 940 to take some profits in hopes that it will come down and you can do something. I don't know. Whatever your strategies are, you guys have your own strategies. If you don't have any strategies, you can hang around and chat with me over in the Telegram group sometime. I'm just waiting for people to ask questions. Posting stuff every once in a while. Hanging out. Price is above the 200 on the daily, and that's what you need to see. The next thing you want to see is this blue line crossover, and that's when we'll see some big movement. But I like what I'm seeing on Uniswap. That's cool. Things are a little bit toppy right now. There is some bearish divergence here on the daily. Let's just see what the 4 hour is doing. 4 hour really wants to take it for a run here. 4 hour really wants to try to break out. I hope it does. I'm rooting for you, 4 hour. But you yourself are still in this channel. And you will be until you're not. But you know, from what we've been seeing tonight with all these coins showing the possibility of breaking bullishly above, out of a bearish pattern like this rising channel, I'm starting to think that something's going to happen early in the week. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. Maybe we will see some kind of catalyst that will give us that, and we might start seeing some parabolic movement out of some of these coins, because that's a possibility right here. If it happens that way, this thing can hit $9 pretty quick. And I would target 780 as a quick target should that happen. I think it'll blast through all the other ones. And for a trader, going with that idea, that's 28% return without leverage. Going up to this main target about $9, 58% return. Chance around moonbag territory, even if you catch it on the breakout of this falling wedge here. Interesting. Well, as usual, guys, I went just a little bit too long because it's so easy to do, because this is, I don't know, it's kind of fun. I kind of like doing this stuff. Quantum cool. I'm going to put the girl out on fire in there. Thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with me tonight. And if you could, if you have not already,
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
and I guess I will see you guys tomorrow night. And just remember, hey, you are in crypto at the right time. And I think something's getting ready to pop off. I'm keeping my eyes on that. Keeping my eyes on that. So interesting day tomorrow, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night, man. Take care.
Come on, come here, boy. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like it's so ice, ice, ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind, unpredictable. Fade out of the ground, you ain't no one. You a star, blow it up like supernova. In the nighttime, hit my hotline. Sharing secrets, you was really was about your life. Basic bullets, with no bullets. Does your wifey know you're begging for my notice? Promise you're the same, running for the meds. Sure you like my vibe, that's my candy on my wrist. Bad habits,